The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Whether it's the outdoors, music, food, the arts, history, or sports, Knoxville, Tennessee is known for fun. Today, the fun moves to the Tennessee River, where Powerboat Nationals begins its 2018 season here in Knoxville. Race fans, welcome to beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee, where today Powerboat Nationals is set to begin its 2018 season here at the Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew, and Bark. Hello again, everyone. Jared Romsberg here. So happy to be with you in volunteer country on an absolutely stellar day for racing. But before we get to racing, fans, let's talk about qualifying in the Visit Knoxville pre-race show. Visit the big town that treats everyone like a local. Knoxville will surprise you. Go to visitknoxville.com. In the first of two Formula 2 heat races, the defending series champion Mark Jacob in the Budweiser 7 jumped out with the lead with the defending Knoxville race winner, Lee Daniel, right beside him. Jacob beat Daniel to the pin and took off with the lead. Meanwhile, behind them, Jamie Durand in the 9 would take third away from our 2016 winner here in Knoxville, Jeff Reno in the Klockner Metals 34. Mark Jacob made short work of this one, taking the lead, holding the lead, and winning the first Formula 2 heat race. In the second heat race, the skies opened as the fleet went 5 wide to the commitment buoy, with the defending Knoxville race winner, Lee Daniel, taking the point. Daniel led the fleet through the turns, with Mark Jacob and Jeff Reno going side by side for second briefly, as Mark Jacob would rocket on the outside and continue his pursuit of Daniel and also fight off a charging Jeff Reno. The fleet would fight through the rain and an extremely rough current on the Tennessee River to see Lee Daniel win heat race number 2 and take the pole for the Formula 2 feature race at the Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee.
The current is putting some swells in the water that I hadn't usually seen here in years, last year and the year before. But there's some big rollers that come up, and then in the corners, it's got some big old holes in them. But we're just working our way through it and hope everything stays on the water straight up and see what we can do with it.
Now let's see how the rest of the fleet lines up for the Formula 2 race here at the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee. Defending series champion Mark Jacob from Clifton, Illinois will start second on the dock. North Augusta, South Carolina's Jamie Durand in the 9 earned a career-best third-place starting slot. Starting fourth is our 2016 winner here in Knoxville, Okeechobee, Florida's Jeff Reno. Rounding out the top 5 starters, it's North Augusta, South Carolina's Dean Durand in the 69. Starting 6th, it's Stout, Ohio's Jerry Gwynn piloting the McGrady Jones Insurance entry. The 13 boat carrying the iconic Gulf Racing colors and piloted by Jim Robb will start 7th today. He finished 3rd here last year. This year, Jeff Shepard in the 38 will start 8th on the dock. If he can make the necessary repairs to the 25 boat, Jeff Vasco will start 9th here in Knoxville. Starting 10th is rookie Richard Young from Hinckley, Illinois, piloting the 33 Midwest Roofing Exteriors boat. And the 11th and final slot on the dock will go to rookie Jim Kerr from LaPierre, Michigan. Fans, that's how they'll line up for the Formula 2 race, but we have so much more going on here in Knoxville. Don't move, fans. We'll bring it all to you here at our coverage of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew, and Bark right after this.
This presentation of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew, and Bark is brought to you by Navitat, tree-based zipline adventures that thrill, educate, and inspire. Zoo Knoxville, wildly fun. By Calhoun's, the taste of Tennessee. Visit calhouns.com for more. TVA, joining with communities to make our region the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Learn more at TVA.com. And by Knoxville Trolley. Travel throughout downtown Knoxville for free. For more information, visit catbus.com.
Right on time.
Far
all-out adventure in the heart of it all. Knoxville will surprise you. Visit Knoxville.com.
Aria's got crazy new neighbors at Zoo Knoxville. New for 2018 is Langer Landing and Gibbon Trails. Now open at Zoo Knoxville. Get your tickets at wildlyfun.com.
This segment of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew and Bark is brought to you by TVA, joining with communities to make our region the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Learn more at TVA.com.
Welcome back to Knoxville, fans, as we're enjoying a performance on WDVX's Blue Plate Special, a live music show that is held Monday through Saturday at the station studio at the Downtown Visitor Center in Knoxville. Whether it's on the streets or stages, Knoxville is one of America's most vibrant cities for live music. Knoxville's a great sports town. It's the home of the Volunteers, but it's also the home to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Plus, Knoxville played host to some of the 2018 USA Cycling National Championships and will host the Bassmaster Classic in March of 2019. Knoxville's easy to explore. Bring your bike or rent a shared one from Pace Knoxville and pedal around to see the city's many historic attractions and landmarks. Or you could just take the free trolley and grab a bite to eat at one of the many unique restaurants in Knoxville, or grab a cold brew at one of Knoxville's growing list of craft breweries. Be sure to bring your canine friends along, since Knoxville is one of the most dog-friendly places you will find. There's so much more to do in Knoxville than bikes, boats, brews, and barks. Plan your adventure today. Go to visitknoxville.com for all the information. Now let's hop back to Vol Landing for the highlights of Powerboat National's Formula 4 feature race. 18, Jason Nelson, 21, Jose Mendana Jr., and 66, Steve Merleau led the fleet to the pin, with Nelson grabbing the lead. More than half of the F4 field was made up of rookie drivers, as 67, Leland Broge moved ahead and let 83, Eric Weinzak, 26, Mike Deck, and 49, Charlie Smith go 3 wide for position. But later, Smith would spin in turn 1, bringing out the caution and setting up for a restart from the dock. On the restart, Nelson and Mendana went shoulder to shoulder for the lead. 18 ripped around the turn 3 buoy and stayed in front, leaving Mendana to fight off Merleau for second. But Merleau was having mechanical problems, and rookie 91 Jake Alcama would roar up alongside of the 66 and squeeze by, taking third away from the veteran Merleau. With all this drama behind him, the Screaming Eagle was able to build up a nice lead, and Jason Nelson won the Formula 4 feature race at the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee. Jose Mendana Jr. and Jake Alcama joined him on the podium. Now, here are the highlights of Powerboat National's first ever race of the Hydrocross series. The pack of Sport Spec and Sport GP skis ignited on the Tennessee River when the flag went up. 316 Brian O'Rourke blasted up and grabbed the whole shot, leaving the Hayes family, 346 Kyle, 8 Wyatt, and 78 Logan Hayes to battle for position behind him. The current on the Tennessee River in Knoxville was rough, but O'Rourke looked to have the Sport GP Moto 1 in the bag. But with just 2 laps left, O'Rourke had trouble, and Kyle Hayes pounced at the shot and squeezed by, taking the lead away from Brian O. The 346 mashed the throttle and moved away from O'Rourke and the rest of the fleet, as Kyle Hayes went on to win Moto 1 in the Hydrocross Sport GP class. In the Sport Spec class, 134, Ricky Hinch stayed out in front and won Moto 1. When the fleet blasted off in Moto 2, 78 Logan Hayes was gunning for the whole shot. He had a nice run in front of the fans at Volunteer Landing, but 316 Brian O'Rourke roared up on the outside, grabbing the lead and holding it through the first 2 turns. Brian O took off with the lead, leaving Logan Hayes to briefly contend with his brother Kyle for second place. Logan would continue his pursuit of Brian O, and he was licking his chops with a few laps remaining because O'Rourke misjudged a buoy, went way off course, and came roaring back onto the course, resuming the lead right in front of Logan Hayes. But this one belonged to the 316 as Brian O'Rourke won the Hydrocross Sport GP race in Knoxville. In the sports spec class's second moto, 134, Ricky Hinch was looking to make it a clean sweep in Knoxville, but with only a few laps remaining, Hinch had mechanical trouble and had to move off the course, surrendering the lead to 85, Dustin Higdon. Higdon held on to the lead for the remaining laps and took the checkered flag in Powerboat Nationals Hydrocross Sports Spec race in Knoxville. Ricky Hinch managed to earn a second place finish in the sports spec class. Kyle Hayes and Logan Hayes finished on the podium in the Sport GP class of Powerboat Nationals Hydrocross. All right, fans, the big boats are making their way to Volunteer Landing. You're riding on board with two-time winner Lee Daniel. Can he make it 3? Fans, stick around. We light the fires on the Formula 2 race here in Knoxville right after this.
Coming in March of 2019 to Knoxville, Tennessee, the Bassmaster Classic presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. See the world's best bass anglers weigh in their catch from the Tennessee River at Thompson Bowling Arena on the UT campus. Also check out the huge Outdoors Expo featuring the latest fishing gear, giveaways, and more. Meet Bassmaster pros. It's fun for the whole family and all events are free. Make plans to be at the Bassmaster Classic presented by Dick's Sporting Goods March 15th through the 17th in Knoxville and be a part of the most exciting 3 days in fishing, period.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
Aria's got crazy new neighbors at Zoo Knoxville. New for 2018 is Langer Landing and Gibbon Trails. Now open at Zoo Knoxville. Get your tickets at wildlyfun.com.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning, locally handcrafted beer to ensure you'll love it too. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Love. Local. Beer.
This segment of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew and Bark is brought to you by TVA, joining with communities to make our region the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Learn more at TVA.com.
Welcome back to Knoxville, fans, where you're looking across the Tennessee River from Suttree Landing Park. It's just one of the many great places to enjoy the outdoors here in Knoxville. In fact, Knoxville has 1,000 acres of adventure just 3 miles from downtown for hiking, biking, swimming, and more in Knoxville's urban wilderness at places like Navitat at the Imes Nature Center. Or you can check out all the animals at Zoo Knoxville. And speaking of animals, Powerboat Nationals were joined by the Smoky Mountain Dock Dogs at Bike, Boat, Brew and Bark at Volunteer Landing this weekend. Our four-legged friends enjoyed a cool dip and pet photo contest sponsored by Young Williams Animal Center. And there were tours and bike rides throughout the event. Plus, Smoky Mountain Brewery was celebrating its 21st anniversary at Calhoun's, and history buffs enjoyed a guided history tour with historian Jack Neely. There are so many things to do and explore here in Knoxville, both indoors and out. Plan your next adventure at visitknoxville.com. But now, fans, it is showtime. We head to Volunteer Landing where the Formula 2 fleet is assembled. Lee Daniels on the pole. His nemesis Mark Jacob right next door. Jamie Duran with the career best third-place start. But man, she has her work cut out for her with the fleet of drivers we have assembled here in Knoxville. All eyes are now on the flagman as we wait for the drop of the flag. The flag drops, the engines ignite, they roar off the dock, and we are racing in Knoxville. Our leaders go side by side. Lee Daniel in the 2 on the inside. Mark Jacob in the red Budweiser 7 on the outside. Into turn 3 for the first time. Side by side through the turns. Wow, they almost made contact. Almost made contact. That would have been a disaster in front of the rest of the fleet. But instead, the 2 front runners scream away from the pack. Lee Daniel sees the green flag in the air as we start lap 1 of this 30-lap main event here on the Tennessee River in Knoxville. Daniel trims the boat up, escapes out of turn 2. Mark Jacob not that far behind, trying to creep up on the outside as they scream down the backstretch under the Gay Street Bridge and into turn 3. Only 2 boat lengths separate these two. Mark Jacob now hugs that buoy and absolutely zero visibility as it goes right into the rooster tail of Lee Daniel. Has to get out of the gas, and Lee Daniel is able to build up a little bit of a lead here in the early laps of this race on the Tennessee. Our 2017 winner here in Knoxville, Lee Daniel out in front, Mark Jacob in second. We look off the back of the Budweiser 7. Back in third, we find Jeff Reno, our 2016 winner here in Knoxville. Reno from Okeechobee, Florida, trying to catch up to the front runners as he rips the Klockner Metals 34 boat through turns 3 and 4, back on the gas on the front stretch. He takes the outside line, giving the fans at Calhoun's and at Volunteer Landing a great look at his boat. We hop on board with our 5th place driver, Jerry Gwynn out of Stout, Ohio, and he is pestering Jamie Durand in the number 9 boat for 4th. Durand started this race in 3rd, but Jeff Reno quickly got around her on the start. She's back in 4th, but she's trying to catch up to Reno, but she's got to keep one eye in that mirror. Look at Gwynn coming up on the outside. Jerry Gwynn trying to roar up alongside of Jamie Durand, but she keeps her foot in it, trying to catch up to the Klockner Metals 34 boat of Jeff Reno in 3rd. You can see the front runners on the backstretch now. Jerry Gwynn trying to catch up to Jamie Durand back in 5th. As we hop on board, you can see Durand staying within 3 or 4 boat lengths of Jeff Reno. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here in your camera shot, fans. Jeff Reno trimming this boat up, trying to get away. You can see how rough the Tennessee River is here today, fans. A lot of rain, a lot of weather upriver, a lot of debris, and some heavy current on the Tennessee, something we're not used to. Water conditions here on the Tennessee River, fans, usually glass-like, and Lee Daniel likes to take advantage of that as he gets past Jeff Shepard, the lone volunteer in the fleet today, fans. He finished 3rd here last year. He's back in the pack. He moves out of the way and lets 2nd place driver Mark Jacob slide on by. Jacob almost hitting the buoy there. Don't want to hit that buoy, fans. That's an automatic 1-lap penalty. Ruin his day here on the Tennessee River. But the battle for 4th is starting to heat up again. Jamie Durand on the inside, Jerry Gwynn on the outside. He's going to go wide out of turn 4 and try to cut down as they rip under the Gay Street Bridge and scream by Volunteer Landing. Jim Robb moves the Gulf Racing Fuels 13 boat out of the way, lets these two go by. Durand now hugging that buoy. Here comes Gwynn. He shoots through her rooster tail and through her wake and tries once again to move to the outside, ripping down the backstretch. There on the backstretch, our leader, Lee Daniel, on the front stretch, already putting several boats a lap down. As he moves onto the backstretch out of turn 2, comes up alongside of 69, Dean Durand. That's Jamie Durand's dad, but it's also Lee Daniel's neighbor back in North Augusta, South Carolina. He says, "See you later, Dean. We'll see you at the barbecue, pal," as he rips the Gold Mech Mechanical Contractors number 2 boat out of turn 4, lifts it up, and comes down the front stretch. But right behind him is a big red dot in his rearview mirror. That's the Budweiser 7 of Mark Jacob. Jacob, our 2017 Formula 2 Series champion, besting Lee Daniel by only a handful of points. Every point so precious in Powerboat Nationals Formula 2 racing. And right now, the cat and mouse game that we saw between Lee Daniel and Mark Jacob all through 2017 continues to stay honest. Whoa, look out. Mark Jacob skipped across those rollers coming out of turn 4. You got to be careful with those rollers, fans. Don't grab onto the side of the boat. We got a battle shaping up for 4th again. Here comes Jerry Gwynn on the outside of Jamie Durand. He's not letting up. Jamie Durand, he's pulling up. He's within 2 boat lengths as they go into turn 3. He's got to thread the needle between Durand and Jeff Shepard on the outside. Durand holds the inside line. Here comes Gwynn. Let's ride along as they scream down the front stretch. The veteran Jerry Gwynn trying everything he can to catch up to Jamie Durand as they go into turn 1. Durand throws the rooster tail right in his face, gets back on the throttle, and zips away down the backstretch. Jamie Durand from North Augusta, South Carolina, having a fantastic time here in Knoxville, starting 3rd on the dock, now back in 4th, and trying to hold on to, whoa, Jerry Gwynn, he's trying to hold on to the 31 boat. He had trouble in turn 3, skipped that boat across the top of the water. That boat released and almost went over. Jamie Durand back on the throttle. She gets out of there. She wants nothing to do with that, as she still has that silver and blue Klockner Metals 34 of Jeff Reno in her sights. The 31 recovered. He got back in the throttle. Jerry Gwynn still has Jamie Durand in his sights, but we're going to have to step out and take a break, fans. More Powerboat Nationals Formula 2 racing from the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee coming up after this.
Big city, little attitude. With a sophisticated mix of culture, adventure, and cuisine, Knoxville will surprise you.
This segment of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew and Bark is brought to you by TVA, joining with communities to make our region the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Learn more at TVA.com.
Race fans, welcome back to Powerboat Nationals racing here on the Tennessee River at the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee. We were running on board with Lee Daniel. He was giving us a front row seat for this battle for fourth that we've seen almost all race long, fans. Jamie Durand in the 9 has been pestered by 31 Jerry Gwynn for most of this race for that fourth place slot. But we see the leader, Lee Daniel, who has led every lap of this race now, moving up into the top 5 to put boats a lap down. Jerry Gwynn riding in 5th would be Lee Daniel's next victim. As Daniel moves into turn 1, we go into lap 20 of this 30-lap race. Right behind him, though, he's not giving up, fans. It's the red Budweiser 7 of Mark Jacob. Our 2017 Series champion has been struggling to catch up to Lee Daniel, let alone get around him for the lead. Lee Daniel, you can see, out in front in turn 4, and Mark Jacob now heading into turn 4 himself, and on the front stretch. But there's the distance between first and second, with Mark Jacob playing runner-up to Lee Daniel here in Knoxville. Lee Daniel looking to pick up his 3rd career win here in Knoxville, and he's well on his way to doing just that as Mark Jacob escapes out of turn 2 and starts his pursuit down the backstretch. As I said earlier in this race, fans, Lee Daniel and Mark Jacob played this cat and mouse game all last season, and they're picking up right where they left off here in 2018 as Mark Jacob has trouble in turn 3 again. The current is just crazy in this Tennessee River today, fans, and these drivers have had to muscle these boats through the turns. Our leader, Lee Daniel, he's had to muscle his boat through the turns as well as around lap traffic. He's moving through some slower boats, holding on to the lead, and now he's once again coming up on the battle between Jerry Gwynn and Jamie Durand. Gwynn has been chasing Durand for that solo. Whoa, he goes over! Jerry Gwynn upside down between turns 3 and 4. Finally, turn 3 has claimed a boat. We've seen boats struggle with that section of the course. The caution is out, the safety crew is away, and we can see the RMG Sports onboard camera is actually taken off the top of the boat with the force of that roll. Jerry Gwynn upside down in the Tennessee. Safety crew is there in seconds, waiting to see Jerry Gwynn emerge from the water. And there he is, just as the diver goes in. Jerry Gwynn up and out of the water, and we're hearing he's okay. Safety crew working hard to get him out of the water, fans. Let's take a look at what happened. We've seen problems coming out of turn 3 all race long. The roller's out there, and this time Jerry Gwynn is the victim that catches the side of the boat, takes him right over the top. Oh, this is the shot we're looking for, fans. Hold on, Knoxville, here we go. Into the Tennessee River goes Jerry Gwynn. Safety crew has him, he's okay. We're gonna step out and take a break, fans. More from Knoxville right after this.
The hidden gem. The kind that might surprise you. Where the exotic is the everyday, lost art is found, and wonder is baked into every bite. Where the sounds of the city and the great outdoors come together in perfect harmony. That's the soundtrack of America, made in Tennessee. Start planning at soundtrackofknoxville.com.
Put a lot of love into our award-winning, locally handcrafted beer to ensure you'll love it too. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Love local beer.
What is wilderness? It's a place where we roam, where we set out for grand adventures. The wilderness is where we go to get away, where we go to explore the beauty of the world. and remind ourselves of our place in it. Knoxville's urban wilderness. Choose your own adventure.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
This presentation of the 2018 Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee at Bike, Boat, Brew and Bark was brought to you by Visit Knoxville. Visit the big town that treats everyone like a local. Knoxville will surprise you. For more information, go to visitknoxville.com. TVA, joining with communities to make our region the best place in the country to live, work, and play. Learn more at TVA.com. Knoxville Trolley. Travel throughout downtown Knoxville for free. For more information, visit catbus.com. The Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Come and experience the history and fun of the game. Visit WBHOF.com for more details. And by Calhoun's, the taste of Tennessee. Visit calhouns.com for more.
Welcome back to Volunteer Landing, fans, where race officials just moments ago had to call the race on lap 22 due to river regulations, and Lee Daniel was named winner of the 2018 Formula 2 feature here at the Visit Knoxville Grand Prix of Tennessee. So let's catch up with our winner in the Visit Knoxville post-race show. Visit the big town that treats everyone like a local. Knoxville will surprise you. Go to visitknoxville.com. Knoxville, here's your 2018 winner.
Luckily, everything went our way. Mark pushed real hard off the start, and I stayed out in front, and he was pushing hard the whole race. Then we got in some lap traffic, so we didn't know what was going to happen. But it's fun racing with Mark and Reno, and Jamie was doing real good this weekend, and water was a little rough, a little more rough than it usually down here. But everything stayed together, and we had a good day.
Here are the official results for Powerboat Nationals Formula 2 race here in Knoxville. Mark Jacob and Jeff Reno join Lee Daniel on the podium. Jamie Duran with an impressive fourth place finish in Knoxville. But now let's take a look at the championship points for the Formula 2 series of Powerboat Nationals. Mark Jacob actually leapfrogs over Lee Daniel in the points thanks to his solid qualifying effort in time trials. He's the fast qualifier, earning 5 bonus points. Congratulations to all of our winners here in Knoxville. We had another fantastic time. Thanks for watching, fans. I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you 24/7 at PowerboatNationals.com.